Hello again. A while ago I posted MVI 2566. Who are Malia and Nasha Obama's real parents? And one of the viewers made a comment that I wanted to share with you. And what he wrote was, these two young ladies do not resemble Barack and Michael. Malia and Sasha, they're adopted from an African country or countries. Well, the reality is that they don't resemble each other either. And I've said this in a number of my videos. You've got the elder daughter, she's got a long skinny face. She's tall and thin. You could say she looks a bit like Barack Hussein Obama because of her stature. And then you've got the younger daughter that's got a round face. She's short and fat like Michael. So I guess you could say she could resemble Michael, but they don't resemble each other. And neither one really resembles either one of the supposed parents. I had heard that the younger daughter was brought back to the United States in the year 2000, and the Obamas traveled to, I believe it was Morocco. Now you'd think immigration papers would have shown that. You'd think that papers for crossing the borders would have shown that. But they did a good job burying the other documents. Remember when Barack's supposed mother, the documents of her travel where she took little Barry Soetoro with her, and he had a different name at that time. And out of all of the files, only that one particular week of activity went missing. I think there were files in London, if I'm not mistaken, in archives in London. The whole thing's a joke. And you know what? DNA could so easily prove that neither sibling relates to the other sibling, and neither sibling came from either one of these two freaks. Men can't have babies, as far as I know. Yeah, it's just amazing. And the American people, well, they're being screwed because we're paying for the luxurious lifestyles of these kids when they travel all over the world at your expense. The freaks need to be dragged out of the White House. The freaks meaning Barack Hussein Obama and Michael. They need to be exposed for what they are. If they're not exposed for what they are, they're not going to leave. Michael's making a whole lot of new moves, being much more political. He's going to come out and run against Hillary Rotten Clinton. But he's going to do it after they've thrown enough garbage at Hillary to bury her. And the people are so stupid because they're going to want someone to break the black. Did I say black? I meant the ceiling, the glass ceiling. They don't care who it is. And the fact is, it won't be broken by a woman. Michael has male hormones raging throughout his body. Those tiny little boobies that he has, again, hormones. The voice, hormones. You can't hide the extended ring finger. You can't hide the massive ass. You can't hide the brow bone. You can't completely remove the Adam's apple. You can shave it down, but you can't remove it. You can't hide the massive back, the massive biceps, the massive arms, the size 11 men's feet. What the hell's wrong with the American people? Huh? Are they going to allow this jackass with this freak to continue playing in the White House? Are they going to allow these two kids to enjoy this luxurious lifestyle? They're all from the ghetto. All of them. Barry's from the ghetto. Michael's from the ghetto, and those kids were pulled out of the ghetto. I don't want to talk disparagingly about those kids, but they're not his kids. Men can't have babies. And once again, a DNA can easily prove me to be wrong. Those skin tags coming out on Barack Hussein Obama's face is keeping his dermatologist on overtime. Notice when they have a real close-up of Obama's face, you see all the little scars. That's where the skin tags were popped off. The whole thing is disgusting and sickening. You couldn't write a book where anyone would believe this is anything but fiction. Anyway, again, I wanted to make my viewer aware of the fact that I agree that those kids were adopted. But then again, they really aren't adopted. And the reason that they're not adopted is there's no paper trail. There's zero paper trail. There's no viable birth certificate. There's no viable adoption papers. Those kids were simply stolen. They're not any different than Barack. We have no paper trail on Barack. Thanks to who? Thanks to Elena Kagan and the law firm that the less than honorable dirtbag Attorney General Eric H. Holder was a partner in. They buried Obama's past. That includes these two girls that came from who the hell knows where. Actually, I think the first one was given to them by Reverend Wright, who ran the Down Low Club. If you're not familiar with the Down Low Club, look it up. That was run by Reverend Wright, who was also, I believe, a homosexual. The Down Low Club was an organization that was run by Reverend Wright to give homosexuals a sense of being legitimate. That's why Barack Hussein Obama went to that screwed up church that preached hatred towards whites for 20 years. 20 years. You notice how seldom the chosen one goes to church, yet he says he's a Christian, yet he supports the Muslim Brotherhood. He supports ISIS. If the United States wanted to obliterate Raqqa, which is the headquarters of ISIS in Iraq, they could do it in a heartbeat. If they wanted to obliterate the columns of ISIS insurgents marching, they could do it in a heartbeat. I did a video yesterday and I talked about an F-18 pilot who had a whole column of these dirtbag Muslim extremists in his gun sights. He was told not to engage. Wake up, America. You've got a radical, extremist, Islamic, homosexual, Muslim, Arab, hell-bent on destroying the American way of life. And if he can't finish the job, I think Michael's going to step into his shoes to further the insanity until there's nothing left of the American way of life. That's what I think. You want to try and tell me where you think I'm wrong? The reality is, you can't. Can you?